Nice to meet you.
Ah.
So do you live in London?
Now I do, yeah.
Yeah. Where are you from originally?
Melbourne, Australia.
Are you?
Yeah,
Really?
across the pond.
Oh my God. Me and my girlfriend were literally talking about travelling there in January.
Yeah, you should go.
Melbourne.
Have you been before?
No, I've never been.
Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Even though I've just left,
Yeah.
you should still go visit.
Yeah. Why have you left?
I've just wanted something new. I've lived there for a long time, and wanted to sort of experience different part of the world, and get more perspective and travel more and
Oh, that's amazing.
new experiences.
Yeah, I love that. So one of the reasons we want to go is because my girlfriend's dream is to, have you heard of program H2O?
No.
It's like a mermaid program. It's like.
Oh, the TV show?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, not like
No, I love the TV. Are you talking about the TV show?
Yeah.
I love the TV show. H2O.
right.
Yeah.
Cleo.
So we're
It's
going
great.
to see you now.
Yeah, no, it's great.
We're
I
basically
grew up with
reliving
that
our childhood.
show. Yeah? You should.
That's not the only reason, obviously. But so my question for you is, when was the last time you felt lucky to be you?
Lucky to be me. Probably when I decided to move, I felt like I was in a very fortunate position to be able to uproot my life and know that I could support myself in doing so. And yeah, I felt very privileged to be able to do so on my own.
Oh, I love that. Awesome. And what would you say is the biggest life lesson you've learned from travelling to a completely new place?
Ooh, that's a good question. I feel like I'm still learning. I think just being open to new cultures and growth and perspective, and I think for me personally, I've sort of learnt that a lot of the stuff that goes on is just fluff, and there's a lot more that matters. So yeah, I think rebuilding and starting all over again is a good way for me to find out what those lessons are, and yeah, how to find that purpose. I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, no, it does. Leading on from that, what would you say is the biggest challenge you've overcome?
The biggest challenge I've overcome?
Yeah, since moving.
Well, I've only just got here, so I don't know just yet.
Yeah.
I feel like the challenges are yet to come, but I'm very I understand that there'll be highs and lows, and I'm looking forward to the journey of that. Even the challenges and the struggles, it's all a part of it.
Yes.
So with the lows come the highs, and vice versa, and you don't know what the highs are if you don't know what the lows are. So, but yeah, I guess specific challenges, definitely, it would be leaving all of my friends and family and everything that I've built back in Australia and then coming in to start all over again. I think it's one thing to put on a brave face to go and do it, but then you get here and you realise that it's not easy still. Like, just getting here is half of the problem, half of the challenge, and then once you're here, there's still a long way to go. So I think, there's still going to be challenges ahead, but I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Last question. How old are you now?
I'm 27.
27.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want you to look into the future at your 32-year-old self.
Ooh, okay.
What advice does your 32-year-old self give to your 27-year-old self right now?
Worry less, I think. I've always been such a worrywart, and I think that's partly why I took so long to decide to move, because I was just so anxious about what could go wrong, and I didn't focus enough on the things that could go right. So I think my 32-year-old self would tell me now to trust what I know, and that everything I've done up to now has gotten me to where I am today. So everything I do from now will get me to where I need to be. So I think just trusting myself a bit more.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
It's lovely to meet
You
you.
too. Thanks so much for the questions.
No, it's okay. That was fantastic advice to
Yeah.
yourself, wasn't it?
Thank
Don't you think?
Yeah, I think it's because I was talking about this with my friends just the other day, so it's kind of stuff that's very fresh in my mind at the moment. But yeah, you ask some very relative questions.
That's great. Well,
yeah.
actually, what advice would you give to me travelling? Because I've never travelled
Outside of
UK?
UK or?
Well, I've never been to Australia. I've never
Yeah.
been somewhere completely new where I don't know anyone. What advice would you give me? I'm just curious.
If you were like to start all over, or like as
Yeah.
traveling, or
I mean, both. Like, what would you do if you go in a completely new place where you don't know anyone?
oh, that's a good question. I think you have to be okay with. I think you have to be comfortable with your own company, and if you have the comfort within yourself, then you can kind of go out and make friends and do all of that. But if you're not comfortable being alone, then you'll probably struggle being in a new place alone. So I think for me, I knew that I had to learn how to be alone so that I wouldn't mind being lonely when those times do happen. So yeah, I think that would be my advice. Just be comfortable with yourself and be confident in exploring on your own and spending time alone.
And if you're not, what would you do if you're not comfortable by yourself?
Then go traveling anyway, because then you will learn how to be alone.
That's true, yeah. Awesome. That's great.
Alright.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.